Almost everyone who has bought a home in Southern California says the same thing when it's over. I wish someone had just walked me through this before we started. The process is not that complicated, but nobody explains it clearly. Your agent assumes you know things you don't. Your lender uses terms you never heard. And Google gives you 17 different answers to the same question. This video is the one I wish existed when I was starting out. Every step in plain language, specific to how real estate works here in California. From the moment you decide you want to buy, all the way to the day someone hands you your keys. And stay with me because at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how to get a free Southern California buyer's guide I put together specifically for people going through this process. So make sure you watch to the end. I'm Lucky De Leon, real estate advisor with Keller Williams VIP Properties. I serve Santa Clarita, the San Fernando Valley, and the greater LA County area. Let's get into it. Know your why and your timeline. Before you talk to a lender, before you open Zillow, before you do anything, get clear on two things. Why do you want to buy? And when do you realistically want to be in a home? This sounds simple, but most buyers skip it, and it causes problems later. Because buying a home is emotional, and when you haven't gotten clear on your why, the process will shake you, and it will. There will be a moment where you wonder if you are making a mistake. If you know your why, you get through that moment. If you don't, you sometimes walk away from the right home at the wrong time. Your why might be, I want stability for my family, I'm tired of rent increases, I want to build wealth, I want my kids to have a backyard, I want something that's mine. Write it down. Seriously, one sentence. Put it somewhere you will see it during the process. And your timeline? Be honest about it. Are you ready to move in 3 months, 6 months, a year? Your timeline determines everything. When to talk to a lender, when to start searching, when to make your financial moves. A good agent will build a plan around your real timeline, not rush you into something you are not ready for. Get your finances ready. Step 2 is getting your financial foundation ready. And I want to be honest with you, this step is where a lot of buyers realize they need 3 to 6 months of preparation before they are actually ready to move forward. That's not a bad thing. That's smart. Here is what to look at. Your credit score. In California, most conventional loans want to see a minimum score of 620. FHA loans can go as low as 580, but the higher your score, the better your interest rate. And over a 30-year mortgage, even a 0.5% difference in rate can cost or save you tens of thousands of dollars. Check your score at annualcreditreport.com. It's free and it won't hurt your score. Your debt to income ratio. Lenders look at how much of your monthly income goes toward debt payments. The general guideline is that your total debt, including your new mortgage, should be under 43% of your gross monthly income. If you have high credit card balances or car payments, paying those down before applying can significantly improve what you qualify for. Your savings. You need 2 buckets of money. The first is your down payment, anywhere from 3% to 20% of the purchase price, depending on your loan type. The second is your closing costs, typically 2 to 3% of the purchase price in California. And then a third bucket people forget, a cash reserve after closing for the unexpected. Here is what I tell every buyer I work with. Don't guess at the numbers. Get the real picture before you start looking at homes. Because falling in love with a home you can't qualify for is one of the most painful experiences in this process, and it's completely avoidable. Get approved, not pre-qualified. Step 3 is getting pre-approved. And I want to make sure you understand the difference between pre-approval and pre-qualification because they are not the same thing and it matters. Pre-qualification is a quick estimate based on information you tell a lender. Your income, your debts, your assets. It takes 10 minutes and it means almost nothing to a seller in California. Pre-approval is different. the lender actually verifies your income, your tax returns, your bank statements, and your credit. They issue a letter saying they are committed to lending you to a specific amount. That letter is what makes sellers take your offer seriously, especially in a competitive market like LA County or Santa Clarita, where well-priced homes can get multiple offers. One more thing on this step: shop around. Talk to 2 or 3 lenders before you commit. Rates and fees vary more than people realize. Even a small difference in your interest rate has a big impact over 30 years. And if you are a first-time buyer in California, ask every lender specifically about Cal HFA, which is California's down payment assistance program. Not every lender offers it, and not every lender will bring it up unprompted. Ask for it by name. It could cover your entire down payment in some cases. Your pre-approval letter is your entry ticket to the Southern California real estate market. Don't start touring homes without it. Step 4, find the right agent. And yes, I am a real estate agent saying this, so I'll try to be objective. Here is what actually matters when choosing an agent in Southern California. Do they know the specific market you're buying in? An agent who primarily works in the Valley may not know the nuances of Santa Clarita, or vice versa. Do they explain things clearly? The home buying process involves contracts, contingencies, timelines, and negotiations. Your agent should be able to explain every document you sign in plain language, not rush you through it. If you feel confused or pressured in your first conversation, that's information. Do they represent your interests? In California, a buyer's agent represents the buyer. Make sure you understand the buyer representation agreement before you sign it. What it covers, how long it lasts, and what happens if things aren't working out. And communication style matters. Do they respond quickly? Do they prefer calls or texts? Are they available when you need them? These things sound small, but over a 30 to 60 day escrow period, communication style can make the difference between a smooth experience and stressful one. You are about to make one of the biggest financial decisions of your life. Take a few days to make sure the person guiding you is the right fit. Start your home search the right way. And this is where I want to set some realistic expectations, because what you see on Zillow and what's actually available are sometimes 2 different things. Here is how to search smart. First, separate your needs from your wants. Needs are non-negotiable. Number of bedrooms, school district, maximum commute time must be in your budget. Wants are things you love but could live without. A pool, a specific neighborhood, a larger backyard. When you get clear on the difference, you stop rejecting homes that actually work for you because they are missing something that isn't essential. Second, understand what your budget realistically gets you in this market. In Southern California right now, your dollars go very differently depending on where you buy. Santa Clarita, parts of the Valley, Burbank, they all have different price points for similar homes. A good agent will help you map that out. Third, when you find a home you like, move thoughtfully but don't wait too long. Well-priced homes in LA County are still moving in around 41 days on average. If a home checks your needs boxes and is priced right, hesitation has a cost. And one mindset shift that helps a lot of my clients: your first home doesn't have to be your forever home. It needs to be the right home for where you are right now, financially and in life. You can always move up later. The goal is to get in. Step 6 is making an offer. And this is where having a good agent genuinely changes your outcome. In California, offers are made on a standardized form called the Residential Purchase Agreement, the RPA. It covers the purchase price, your down payment, your financing terms, and your contingencies. Understanding what's in that document before you are sitting at a table about to sign it makes the whole experience less stressful. Your offer has several components beyond just price. The earnest money deposit. This is typically 1 to 3% of the purchase price, and it goes into escrow to show the seller you are serious. In Southern California, offering a strong earnest money deposit signals confidence. Contingencies. These are the protections. The most important ones are the inspection contingency, which gives you the right to inspect the home and negotiate repairs or walk away, and the financing contingency, which protects you if your loan falls through. In a competitive market, some buyers waive contingencies to win. I generally advise first-time buyers to keep them. Your protections exist for a reason. The timeline. How quickly can you close? In California, escrow typically runs 30 to 45 days. If you can be flexible on the closing date for the seller, that can sometimes matter as much as price. Your agent's job in this step is to help you write an offer that is competitive without overextending you, and to negotiate on your behalf if the seller counters. This is where experience and local market knowledge really shows. Step 7. Escrow. What happens and how long it takes. Step 7. Your offer got accepted. Congratulations. Now, escrow opens. Escrow is a neutral third party, an escrow company that holds all the money and documents involved in the transaction until every condition of the sale has been met. In California, escrow typically runs 30 to 45 days, though it can be shorter or longer depending on your agreement with the seller. Here's what happens during those 30 to 45 days. Your lender orders an appraisal, an independent assessment of the home's value to make sure the bank isn't lending more than the home is worth. If the appraisal comes in low, you'll need to negotiate with the seller or make up the difference in cash. You'll submit your full loan documents to your lender. Tax returns, bank statements, pay stubs. This is called the loan underwriting process. Be responsive during this time. Delays in getting your lender documents are one of the most common reasons escrow fall behind. The title company does a title search, making sure there are no liens or legal issues with the property. And you'll do your inspections, which brings us to step 8. Step 8, inspections and contingencies. And this step is not optional, even if the home looks perfect. A general home inspection typically costs $400 to $600 and covers the structure, roof, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, and overall condition of the home. In California, you may also want a pest inspection. Termites are common here, and depending on the area, a chimney inspection or sewer inspection. The inspection report will almost always find things. That's normal. No home is perfect. What matters is separating cosmetic issues from structural or safety issues. After you receive the inspection report, you have options. You can request the seller make repairs. You can ask for a credit to cover the cost of repairs yourself. You can accept the home as is. Or, in serious cases, if the inspection reveals something major that wasn't disclosed, you can walk away and get your deposit back. This is your contingency period, and it is your strongest protection as a buyer. Use it. Ask questions. Get contractor estimates if something concerns you. A good agent will help you figure out what's worth negotiating and what isn't. Step 9. Final walkthrough and closing day. You are almost there. The final walkthrough typically happens 24 to 48 hours before closing. This is your chance to walk through the home one more time and confirm it's in the condition you agreed to, that any requested repairs were made, that the sellers have moved out, and that nothing has changed since your inspection. Walk slowly, check every room, run the faucets, test the lights, open the garage. This is your last look before the home becomes yours. Then, closing day. On closing day, you will sign a significant amount of paperwork. Your loan documents, the deed of trust, the final settlement statement showing exactly where every dollar went. In California, this is often done at an escrow office, though remote closings are increasingly common. You'll bring your closing funds, typically a cashier's check or wire transfer for the remaining amount due. And then, when everything is signed, the loan is funded and the deed is recorded with the county, your agent or escrow officer will call you. And they'll say you can pick up your keys. That moment, after everything you went through to get there, is unlike anything else. I've seen grown adults cry. I've cried with them. It's one of the reasons I do this work. The emotional side nobody talks about. Before I tell you about the free buyer's guide, I want to say something that doesn't show up in any checklist. Buying a home in Southern California is hard. The prices are real, the competition is real, the emotional roller coaster of offers and rejections and waiting is real. There will be a moment, maybe more than one, where you wonder if it's worth it, where you feel like giving up, where the process feels bigger than you. I want you to know that feeling is normal. I've worked with buyers who made 7 offers before one was accepted. I've worked with families who spent 8 months getting their finances ready before they were qualified. And every single one of them, everyone, told me afterward that it was worth it. Home ownership in this country, in this market, is possible. It is not easy, but it is possible. And you don't have to figure it out alone. I promised you at the beginning of this video that I'd tell you how to get a free Southern California buyer's guide, and here it is. I put together a simple, clear PDF that walks through all 9 steps we covered today, plus a checklist you can use to track where you are in the process, a list of questions to ask your lender, and a breakdown of the costs to expect when buying in California. To get it, send me an email. My email is in the description. It's free, no strings attached, and I'll send it to you the same day. If you are thinking about buying a home in Santa Clarita, the San Fernando Valley, or anywhere in LA County, I would love to be part of your journey. I'm bilingual in English and Spanish. I work with first-time buyers and experienced buyers, and I genuinely love this work. My phone number and email are in the description. Reach out anytime. Hit subscribe for honest real estate guidance every week. And watch this video next. It covers exactly what you can afford in this market right now. I'm Loki De Leon, and I'll see you in the next one.